if money is like that ultra tight, which it is for many people, you should probably be budgeting. If budgeting makes you feel better and it makes you feel in control and it helps you, then do it. But I think there are people who don't find that helpful. It locks you into a sense of scarcity. And that scarcity is obviously true, but sometimes it's helpful not to overly focus on it. And so another way of approaching it is I used to be a budgeter, and then I went into a stage of I just tracked everything that I spent. And I found that if I just wrote down everything that I spent each day, I found myself spending less, just because I had that awareness of it. And before spending something, I go, am I going to feel good about writing this down in a few minutes' time? And it made a big difference. And it's for the same reason that, like, if you want to lose weight,
you need a big pad and paper.
we did an episode on budgeting, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take this all on board. And then I got home and I did not take any of it on board. Spending, just wasting money. So yeah, I think that's really, that's like very actionable for most people, especially if you're like compulsive spender like me or very impulsive. If you write down, if you know you're going to write it down and look at it at the end of the day, you're like, did I really need like that triple cheeseburger? I could have got a double.
Yeah, and that's why it can't be automated. Like, you can obviously hook up your bank and whatever, and it'll categorize everything for you, because you've got to write it down yourself, or otherwise it doesn't work. So I don't do that now, but I think it's a great way of like bringing yourself under control a little bit if you need to. It's like if you want to lose weight, if you just start tracking your calories, you will lose weight.
Even if you just weigh yourself every morning.
Yeah, even if you're not trying to lose weight, it just will happen, and it's exactly the same theory.
That which is measured grows.
Absolutely,
or whatever. Yeah, so I was a budgeter when I was in debt and skint, like you said, and it really helped me. And then it became a tool of kind of, it made me feel bad about myself because I never stuck to it, if that makes sense. Once I got more money, what I tend to do now is budget the fixed costs, as in I know exactly what the amount I need to take out my business is every month to pay my fixed bills. I then have an amount on a card, and it's like once that's gone, Damien, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's invariably always gone.
Yeah.
But I don't say, oh, I'm going to spend X amount on haircuts and this and this.
I can tell.
Thanks, mate. So you were waiting for that.
I know.
You had that loaded, didn't you? You had that locked and loaded, mate. So yeah, I can see how over time it transitions. And I do think it's important to say that you can't offer a structure to every single person in every single setting. No. And I think a lot of what you do talk about is for people that have got a bit of cash that are just wondering what's the best way to do it.
That's it. I feel like so much of what you see out there is just like the same thing over and over again. And it's like, that's great. Most of it probably makes sense. But if you chuck in some new ideas, maybe some of them will make sense to you, some of them won't. And that's okay. But you might as well give it a try. And I really feel like most people only have so much time and energy and mental focus to give to the money side of things. Like, we choose to be here talking about it today, so we're a bit weird, but most people have got things they'd rather be doing. So like, maybe if budgeting is taking up all your money headspace, that's probably a waste of energy when you could go and deploy that with earning more or whatever and end up coming up far further ahead.
Yeah, that was a lesson that I had to learn for myself in terms of, I think if I said to people I spend hardly any time thinking about finance and investing, they might be like, what? You do that for a living? What I think about is how to make content on those topics, because that's the activity that drives the results in my life.
Yeah.
And my personal finances are super boring.
Yeah.
Automated and just invest.
This was a clip from our interview with Rob Dix about myths about money. For the full episode, click right here.